Hey guys, this is me, Luanda. Oh wow, I can hear my echo in the background. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I'm making a video while I'm driving home, so this is what you get. I wanted to come to you guys and tell you about my progress in life, and I'm going to try hard not to look down at you guys. Let's see. Okay. Well, here we go. I don't know if you guys know this, but let me turn this down. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Whew, I went the wrong way. This is why I don't like doing this while I'm driving. Oh, this is the thing. I don't like really sharing this with you, but I promised a group that I would, so I'm going to do it. For those who don't know me, I'm a very outspoken, outgoing person. 7 years ago, I had a surgery, and I had a complication to the surgery. And the complication left me in the hospital. The complication required me to have an additional surgery, and it left me in the hospital longer than what I was anticipating. That doesn't make any sense, and I'm not making any sense. And I'll tie this in because my brain is not right now, and I'll explain all that to you. But anyway, as a result of the bad surgery, or the complication to the surgery, and I'm a registered nurse by trade, even though I don't have a uniform on. I work with members in like disease case management, where I try to coach the patients to have good lifestyle skills and coaching to keep them out of the hospital. So, and I can use my own advice. But anyway, that's another video in itself. Anyway, as a result of my surgery, I had to come home. As a result of my surgery, I went in for a laparoscopic surgery. And I came home with complications, and I didn't know I had complications to the surgery. And that's my navigator. You'll hear the navigator lady coming on and off, and I just use her to tell me if there's a different route. Sometimes she'll redirect me because it's Friday evening or afternoon, late afternoon in Southern California. And so back to what I was saying. My mind is very loopy right now, and I'm lacking focus and concentration, and I'll tell you the reason why in a minute. But, so my laparoscopic surgery, something happened where they had to go in and open me up and fix certain things. I really don't want to share what they did to me, but they had to fix something that they did wrong. So I came home and I had a stent in my kidney, I'll just say that, and I had to come home with a Foley catheter for about 6 weeks. And it really did something to me emotionally, whereas I was only supposed to have like a 2 to 3 day hospitalization stay. I ended up having to stay in the ICU for about a week. So I was pretty messed up medically. And then when I came home, just the body image and having the catheter and, all that other stuff, it did something to me mentally. Okay. So I ended up, my doctor suggested that I take a medication called Lexapro, which is an antidepressant, and it's considered an SSRI. And basically what it does is it's supposed to change your brain chemistry so that, you won't be depressed. So not only I suffered from depression, but also anxiety, and that medication was given to help both. And to be honest with you, I am not pro-antidepressant. Some people need it because their brain chemistry is imbalanced, and they need the help. So I took it. Another thing, let me just tie this back. I am an Rh negative, O negative person. Both of my parents are Rh negative. And in my experience, a lot of Rh negative people tend to have mental illnesses. I will say that. I don't know why, but we tend to be different. And so we take things a little bit more to the heart than other people. We tend to be more empathetic and caring and all those different things. I'm not saying that Rh positive people aren't, but I noticed that a lot of us, we tend to suffer from those things. And so I hope this is recording, because I turned the thing all the way down because I didn't want to hear or keep hearing the echo in the background speak. So I took that medication for almost 10 years, and the Lexapro. And like I said, it had its purpose in my life during the time where I felt I needed it. And I didn't know any other way but to take that, and I went to therapy for a little while. But the medication, I kept it going. Let's see. So recently, I felt, and while I was on it, I felt really numb. I cried and I did have emotions, but, it was like, well, it couldn't really help me because I was not in tune with my feelings for many years. But it did take away the depression, and it did help with anxiety, okay? And so recently I decided, okay, Luanda, this is a little bit too much now. There's no need for me to continue to take this medication. I'm no longer depressed. And maybe some of you say, well, you're not depressed because you're taking the medication. But no, you just know. So, I'm in a decent place in my life. Yes, I have problems. We all have problems, but I feel that the funk that I was in and the situation that I was in is totally different now. So I continued to um, to take the medication, and then I did some research. I talked to my doctor about it as well. And his thing was, well, you're not having, of course, for some reason, physicians, they want you to be on medications forever. And I hate it because with my chemistry and everything, I just tend to not do well on medications, prescription medications. I always tend to have side effects or adverse reactions. So right now, this year in my life, the plan is to get healthy. I need to lose weight. I need to, and for other health reasons, and I don't want to discuss that either. But that's the goal. I'm going to get healthy. I'm going to lose weight, not because I want to look good. Because to be honest with you, even as a big girl, I'm very confident, and I think that I'm attractive, the way that I am. And if those who don't, it doesn't bother me. My husband, I'm married. He finds me very attractive still. And, I'm doing it primarily for my health. If it makes me look even better, then great. So, whatever. But anyway, so I know I'm all over the place rambling. So I went to my doctor and I talked to him about getting off the medication. And he calls me Courtney. That's my maiden name. And instead of calling me LaWanda, he calls me Courtney. He says, Courtney, okay, just, cut it down, reduce to half for 1 week. The next week, reduce it again another half, and then the following week take it every other day, and then stop. So I did it. I did exactly what he said, and I stopped last Friday. And one of the things I noticed was the freaking withdrawal symptoms from Lexapro. Now, I remember I was all the way up to 20 milligrams daily. And so I would take the 20 milligram pill, and then the first week I reduced it down to 10. About the third day, I started having symptoms of extreme vertigo or dizziness, highly irritable. I mean, I was downright a bitch, to be honest with you. I still feel bad for my husband. And just, whereas usually I have a high tolerance to bullshit, I think because of everything, or my chemistry and everything, I just didn't anymore. I didn't have any tolerance level to it. And so, besides the vertigo and the dizziness, I felt nauseous and the anxiety. I wasn't depressed. I didn't feel any depression, but honey, let me tell you, the anxiety it was unreal. I mean, and that was just dropping in half. Okay, and then I noticed maybe towards the end of that week, my body started, even though I didn't feel quite like myself, I could still feel my body just really trippy. It's almost like I was outside of myself looking in. I don't know if that makes any sense. So then I dropped it down to 5. And to be honest with you, when I dropped it down to 5, the symptoms were intense, but not as intense as it was to the 10 milligrams. Okay? And then I did the every other day with the 5 milligrams. And for some reason, it was just a continuation. I mean, I didn't feel normal. However, it wasn't as bad. Okay, Friday. I think it was not this Friday, but the last Friday. That was my last dose of Lexapro. So, and I noticed immediately, I would say the next day, again, the anxiety was so bad. The anxiety was so bad to where I'm going to turn this thing off so you guys will know where I live. So I couldn't function. I couldn't think. And, I was anxious. It was worse than the 10 milligram drop. And I didn't know what to do. It was like, well, what do I do? I can't stop working or living. I have to continue on. And I would say I went through the weekend and I was feeling like crap, and for some reason or another, my husband, instead of him like, okay, she's, because I explained the process to him, he was just very irritable to me, just, like he wanted to fight and argue with me, so that made it even 10 times worse. And so, and so after that, I felt hopeless. And I saw a notification. I went on Facebook. I think this was Tuesday night. I'm not sure, Monday or Tuesday night. And I saw a notification on Facebook that of some group with good-looking guy named Gavin on it. And then he changed the name. To be honest with you, I was like, wow, I don't even know who this is. I don't know how I ended up in the group. And so I went into the group and I saw that he was talking about people using marijuana, and then I saw something about anxiety and depression cure. And I'm thinking, Lord, I wonder if this will help with these horrible withdrawal symptoms that I'm having. I mean, I have to pray all the way home from work because the anxiety is so bad, and I have to drive home. I have to drive home, and at my job, we're in training, and we're learning how to put patients' information into a health record. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I can't concentrate. This woman is asking us questions and I'm feeling like a dumbass because, excuse my language, but I'm still highly irritable. Maybe I should try to refrain from cussing because it's kind of out of character for me unless I'm really upset, but it's something that's just been flying out. I'm deleting the destination. I know where I'm going now. So anyway, I couldn't think. I can't, the concentration level, I'm having problems with long and short-term memory, and on top of me doing the training at work, I'm also training for school. Training for school, that makes no sense. I'm in school. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm in school for my master's degree right now. And what I'm trying to say is that they don't tell you the shit before, when you start taking it. And sometimes it's okay because, you're so messed up in the head and you don't know any better for whatever you're going through. At the time, it's like, well, I don't care about, what would happen. When it's time, you're not thinking about the time of you not taking, when it's time for you to get off the medication. You're just thinking about your current situation, like I was. And, I'm like, okay, how do I do this? No one understands unless you've actually been through it. It's not like an opioid addiction you're coming off. You're addicted to heroin or something like that, and you're having these withdrawal symptoms that they teach you about in school or whatever, in nursing school. I have never heard of, we don't learn this in nursing school, that patients coming off of antidepressants have can possibly suffer from withdrawal symptoms. And it can just be downright scary because, you're, like I said, you have vertigo, you're nauseous. I guess maybe that's a good thing. I haven't been eating that much, so I probably lost some weight. And you can't concentrate. You're highly anxious. You're irritable. I mean, the irritability is like when you're going through the Mercury retrograde and you just can't get along with anybody. And people are getting on your nerves, and then when you're in the work environment, if you're working for someone, you have to maintain and be professional. You can't just go off on someone or anything else. I'm just talking, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, to make a long story short, again, and it's a very long video, and I'm hoping that anybody watches this, you get something out of it. So I saw Gavin in his post, and he was telling me something about the 7-day cure online of anxiety and depression. And, so he showed me the link to the group, that particular group. I think since then he's recently changed the name of the group to something else. And he said in Facebook that, he thinks that these herbs that he has can help me. The only thing I would have to do is, message and tell everybody about how I'm feeling. And he sent me a message. And I gave him my address, and I was so desperate to where this is a stranger. I don't know him, and he could be anybody. But I'm just hoping that he is who he say he is, and he's going to send it. And I guess it is because I see on there different people are they're posting their results. And I even told my husband, he's like, oh God, Luanda, you're losing it. So it's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? Oh, back up. So I went to Costco and I got some CoQ10 and some, I have this green powder that has different herbs and stuff in it. And so I've been taking that for the last 2 days or a couple of days. I started taking that when I was desperate and I was just almost ready to retake the Lexapro again, But it's kind of taken the edge off of the symptoms that I've been having, but not totally and completely. So I will let you guys know. I told him I was going to give an honest review, meaning if it's working for me, I'm going to say it. Meaning if I take it and it didn't work for me or it doesn't work for me or it's about the same, I will say it. So, Anyway, I'll keep you guys updated on it, and if you know someone who's on antidepressants and they want to get off of it, just be encouraging to them. Just know that it is difficult. If I could stay at home and just stay in my bed, especially the initial few days and every day, and I have moments where I could just feel electricity all in my body, and I have what's called these energy zaps or something, like where it's like you can just feel it, and it's crazy. It's really I can't really describe it, and it's like, at first I was drinking wine. I have to admit, like when I reduced from the 20 to the 10, I was like, okay, I was just drinking glasses of wine. And I'm not really a big drinker, but to be honest with you, the wine, it was okay for the moment, but after that, it made it worse. There's so much freaking traffic on this freeway. Just be encouraged. And my other videos, because I told them I was going to vlog about it, because I have a YouTube channel, and I'm going to put this on my YouTube channel too. So, like, I have no concentration right now. I'm just talking. I probably will get a lot of negative comments behind it, like, I don't care though, really. If, like I said, if this could help one person, then great. I hope it does. The follow-up videos, I promise, won't be this long. I'll just say, hey, I'm doing good, or you know what, that stuff didn't work, or blah, blah, blah. I'm really rooting for it. I'm hoping and praying that it does work. I really want it to work. Hell, even if it's just a placebo effect, then if it works and it makes me feel better, then I will let you know, okay? Anyway, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will, as soon as I get it, I'll start vlogging about it, or the following day. Like, if I get it on Saturday, I'll take it, and then I'll have my day one vlog the next day to let you know how it went the day before. I mean, the day after, not before. Okay, thank you for listening to me, and I'm really an intelligent person, even though right now I may not be sounding like it. Okay? Bye, guys.